Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good evening. Sean Higgs coming at you here. It's Look Ahead Lines. NFL preseason week 2 kicking off tomorrow night. Eagles, New England, 7 o'clock, 19 hours, 11 minutes away. Counting down. Like, subscribe, put the notification bell on. Could be on the Sean Higgs YouTube. Maybe you're on Winning Free Picks. Perhaps you're on Facebook. Maybe you're on Twitter at Mr. Sean Higgs. Come leave me a follow there. Costs you nothing to follow. Hit a like button. Podcast form available. Thank you, Believe Network. I think we're 850-something episodes in to Believe. Put me on iHeart and Spotify, Pandora, Google, Amazon Music, Apple Store, Play, whatever the heck. Wherever you got podcasts, hey, type in Midday Money, and of course, Look at Lines will be there. Promo code Midday for the premium stuff if you're interested in that. But let's just leave it up regular for the old Look Ahead Lines. Just like that. Just like that. Huh? No banner's going to be scrolling across. Did you just start the show? I did just start the show. Start the show a little early. Why not? What do we got going on tonight, Team Money? I was watching Kelly Stewart talk NFL with Teddy Covers. Next thing I know, it said you were on the live feed. The old Wager Talk crew, right? It's Teddy and are they Wager Talk? Right? They could do Wager Talk on with my guy Ross and Jesse over there. Do I have Wager Talk here? Hold on a second. I thought I had Wager Talk. Maybe I don't subscribe to Wager Talk. I subscribe to a bunch of other individual people. Hey, here's Wager Talk. Where's my guy, Jesse? What do we got here? There's Wager Talk. I am subscribed to you live. Are they live this? Oh, this is from 9 hours ago. What is this? Is this our Bet On It preview you're watching there? Team previews with our guy, Teddy. I had dinner with Teddy Covers. Me, Jorge Gonzalez, Tony K of 3G Sports. I had Tony Romas. But that was like 15 years ago. Could be longer. Haven't seen Teddy. And even my trips out to Vegas, I haven't seen him since. That's a lie. I saw him maybe in when did I see him one time? It was at the Westgate. Maybe like 2012. Maybe in 2012. Then I started doing some stuff with Doug Upstone. Great Major League Baseball day. Soccer, I can get a big hit. And when I'm hitting soccer, I get crushed in baseball. That's the way it is. It's tough to win everything across the board, Team Money. Thought I missed a show. Great to see you. Always hitting the like button on 3 different channels. There you go, Gio. Hit the like buttons. Appreciate it. No, just starting up. Team Money's having ice cream and smoking. There you go. That's real healthy for you. Ice cream and weed. What could go wrong? Team Money says their Wager Talk. Yeah, Moneyline Raquel's in house. Do you think the Braves bats are finally woken up at the end of the NFL season preview? But I was honestly looking more into games for tomorrow. I have to get my head ready for NFL. I'm stuck on baseball. Yeah, listen, I liked San Fran today. I had the Giants. Not a good look. Not a good look. Looks like they're hitting the ball a little bit. What am I going to say? But it's NFL time. Yeah, weed and ice cream. Perfect. Healthy. Thursday night, Eagles plus 2.5, total 36. This opened at a 25 piece. A 2.5 the other way. Total of 33.5 as the opener, and slightly moves. If you're on Sean Higgs YouTube, I put this out on Monday. Patriots plus 2.5. That's a sizable move. Again, when I do my thought process in NFL preseason, it's more based on I like to see the depth charts are of quarterbacks, and of course you're going to get a little peek of what the coach is going to do. Now there's only 3 weeks as opposed to 4 now. Who's playing in week 2? Who gets the guys ready to send them out in week 3? and we got a bye week. So we got to play a little bit here. Obviously, I still like the Patriots here -2.5. Obviously, not as much. I'm going to say I like it as much. What am I going to do? So I don't have the package up for any of these games. I'm going to go through the games. Again, if you're on Sean Higgs YouTube, you see them all. I put out, what do we go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games. You can see the spreads, where they've gone. And you can decide if Look Headlines is worth your time to come in and watch a show. Saturday, Falcons, Baltimore. Opener of Atlanta, -2.5 with a total of 35.5. That really has not moved, but the point spread slightly different. Falcons +1 now. Everybody's all over the Ravens, right? Ravens won 27 in a row, and all the hype on that. I have to scratch my head because it's really a head scratcher here. Do the Ravens fall back into the Harbaugh routine of just coming out and winning here in preseason? I mean, all the money, all the bets, everything is on Baltimore here. Everybody loves Penix. I really don't love the Raven quarterback situation all that much. What's his name's over in Cleveland now, Huntley, right? I like Taylor Heineke as a backup. But Cousins not going to get much play here, especially after. Let's look at McCarthy going down for Minnesota. Is that going to change the way some coaches look at running a starter out here? The number here tells me to take Atlanta at +1, just based on the way Harbaugh is as a coach and what he's done in past preseasons. Am I going to bet it? Yeah, probably the over. I'm going to go over 35.5. I'll be right with you. Why not? Let's go over. Next up, a 1 p.m. start. I could bring over the mouse. Where is it? Where's the mouse at? Giants +2.5. Total of 39.5. You see the opener on this one. Big move on this guy. A 5.5 opener down to 2.5. Total rolled out at a 35.5. It has gone up there. The Texans were somebody I was looking to play on a little bit. Mills, Keenum, nice little quarterback rotation there. You have for the Giants, of course, Tommy Cutlets and Drew Lock, two guys who've won games in the NFL as well. Over, even 39, even though the number has moved 4 points, I still like the over here. Yes. Would I prefer the 5 to the 2? Yes. I'm going to do one of them. I'm going to say over. Why? I think both teams are going to score here. The Giants need to just get something going because the coach he's getting fired this year if things go really bad. So preseason or not, I think he's going to have to generate a bunch of points just to get some momentum going into the season and stuff. So I think the Giants are going to score. And the Texans, I got a couple good backup quarterbacks here. Me over the total. Cincy and the Bears, an opener of Chicago -3.5 and a total of 36.5. We see it has moved up to a Cincy +6. I tend to agree with this. I'm not a big fan of their Logan Woodside and Jake Browning. No thank you there. Where are the Bears? Let's be honest. Even the backup guys out with something to prove. You got a new offensive coordinator there. Rippon had been the backup somewhere. Baggett, Austin Reed, youngster. A lot of guys throwing the ball around. You want to lay 6 here? There is no way that Joe Burrow's taking the field for the Cincinnati in this spot. Bears at home. The fans are pumped up. They think they're winning 10 games this year. Take the under. But in this spot here, Bears -6. I don't hate you. KC opener -3.5. Opening total of 36.5. Now I got a 6.5 and a 39. I do have an over. You can see it. It's posted. 36.5. I think when we saw this move go, you think Kansas City is going to come in and throw the ball a little bit, Mahomes? This is going to be their kind of dress rehearsal kind of game, or a little more starter action. You know the Lions don't want to show too much here. Are the Chiefs in a revenge spot from the opener last year? You know, let's get them back. It was a close game. I don't hate KC -6.5 as well. The Vikings and the Browns. Oh, woe is me, Minnesota. Opener, Cleveland -2.5 with a total of 37.5. This actually came down. But, you know, McCarthy is out. Here comes Sam Darnold. What is your thoughts here? Now, listen, I had a Darnold Player of the Year ticket last year, right? Purdy, it's July. The guy done thrown a ball. I'm hearing bad things about his elbow. I was losing 50 to win 3,000. Is the talent as good here from Vikings? I thought the Vikings were going to be like around a 500 team anyway. I really didn't know what to expect out of them. I still don't know what to expect out of them. Do they risk running Sam Darnold out here and really have their season go to pot? You know, Nick Mullins is a decent backup. He's played some games. I think people forget this guy played on. He was like kind of a Niners, came in, played a little bit. But the Cleveland, and I had Cleveland last week. They look terrible. The deepest of the deep for a QB rotation. I mean, this is a QB room. I mean, you got everybody on the team started and has won in the NFL. I mean, I think these guys won playoff games, right? How they won a playoff game for Baltimore? I mean, did Winston win a playoff game for Tampa? I mean, you got guys who've produced. I got to take Cleveland here. I got to take Cleveland. I haven't played it. It's not one of my 10 games I posted. But that's where I'd be. 7 o'clock action. The Commies of Washington heading down to Miami. Opener. That has not moved. 1.5. And a total of 35.5. The total did go up a little tick here to 37.5. What am I expecting from these games here? It looks like Miami will be not playing many people, right? If that was the case, we'd probably have a bump up in the line. I would lean on taking Washington anyway based on new coach, quarterback. I mean, Washington to me is the play here when it gets to these small little lines. I think anytime it's a small line like this, you take it. If you want to do money line on these 1.5s, that's up to you. Remember, we're not playing for overtime here, right? So the 3.5s don't matter. Nobody's playing for a tie. They're going for wins. You lose by 1. You know, do you want the 1? Do you want the extra half? To me, when you get into these kind of spots, now listen, when these lines first come up, you can't get money lines often. So you'll see plus 1.5 from me, or minus 1.5 or 2s or something like that, as opposed to money lines. Especially preseason. But again, I have nothing on this one. No real feel, but sort of lean on Washington. The Bills and the Steelers, Pittsburgh laying a 4.5. This was a opener of minus 2.5 with a total of 33.5. So slight movement here. I don't think the Bills do anything. I think you get a blase from the Bills, where the Steelers, you got some things going on, right? You got a little quarterback battle going on here between the two, Fields and Wilson. Kyle Allen, John Reese, Plummy. Listen, I think the starters are going to get a little bit of run here, quarterback-wise. I think you have to. I think one of these guys, if not both, one guy plays this week, one guy plays next week. I don't know what the deal's going to be. I would still lean to Pittsburgh here. Arizona and the Colts. Boy, I can't wait to take the Colts in week 1. But in this game here, they open as a 2.5 favorite, now sitting at 3. Total, 35.5. Kind of up a little tick here. I do like the over in this game with these two teams. Murray, Ritter. I think we get some points here with the Colts. Same kind of deal. You got young guys behind Richardson. It's an over game for me. I look at the spread here, 3. Could it be 16-3? I don't think so. I think this game's going to get to like into the 20. Somebody scoring 20, but 23-17 gets us there. 23-17 to 2017. I mean, we're nearby. Give me the over. Give me the over in this one. Seattle and Titans is an interesting game. So we got to pick them here in this one. 34.5 was the opener with a Tennessee minus 2.5. Tennessee did not look good, or I guess they did look good in their win. But this is a team with the Titans, and I like the Titans in week 1. This game here tells me that Seattle's we got some problems here in Seattle. Now, if Geno Smith is healthy, is he banged up? We're going to get a lot of Howell and P.J. Walker, 2 guys again with something to prove. Sam Howell, never got a shot in Washington. Can he be the new man here in Seattle? They're paying Geno, but let's be honest. Geno Smith had a nice year, got a contract. I don't know. I kind of like Seattle, believe it or not, here. I kind of like Seattle here on the road. Next up, the New York Jets, Jets. They are a 1-point favorite here. Down, this was a 3.5. This was a 3.5. Total of 33.5. So the line comes down from 3.5 to 1 and 33.5 to 31.5. Now I can see the total coming down. Carolina again says, you know what? Let's not play Bryce Young. I don't understand why the heck. Here we go. Head scratcher. Did Bryce Young look good last year? How don't you run this guy in preseason? To learn. You're a new coach, right? This is a whole. Don't you want to see if this guy's any good coach? You haven't been coaching this guy for 10 years. You haven't coached a guy for 5 years. Listen, the lines come down. I get it. I still like the Jets here. Jets, you want to go under as well. I'm not going to hate that. They're going to play a scrimmage on Thursday, the two teams. Under for sure. 31.5. Don't be scared. But I also like the Jets. More night action here on Saturday. The Rams and the Chargers. This was a Rams minus 1.5 on an opener and a 32.5. We are now seeing the Chargers flip to the favored role here. Herbert, Stick, Dugan. We know that McVay don't really care about the preseason. So do you just take the Chargers with Harbaugh thinking, hey, let's go rah, 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 this whole hype kind of guy? Battle of L.A.? I'm not interested. I'll tell you what I'm interested in. 7:30 action, though. Tampa Bay and the Jags. Jacksonville minus 1.5 opener on this number and a total of 37.5. So it's basically sticking to where it is. I got the Jags, again, at 1.5. You could see it. It is on the site. It is on the YouTube channel here on Sean Higgs. This is one I thought we have a Jaguar team, Mac Jones, CJ Beathard. Mac Jones is looking to – we're seeing the same draft as Lawrence. This guy, a lot to prove. What's this? So we had, 3 OCs in New York, another one here. CJ Beathard's had starts under his belt. Tampa Bay to me, this is not quite sure what to think of them overall on the year. Kyle Trask and who's the other cat? John Wolford. They weren't terrible in their last game. You want to go over the total here? I don't hate it. I think both teams score some points. but I still like the Jags here minus the 3. Night action, 10 p.m. The Dallas Cowboys and the Las Vegas Raiders. 3.5 up to 6.5, and 36.5 up to 39.5. Is it that bad? Is Trey Lance that bad? I mean, I know the Raiders got some of their own problems here. I mean, Minshew's probably going to be the starter, right? I mean, O'Connell. I mean, that was on Christmas. The guy couldn't even score a touchdown in one game. Anthony Brown. I think Dallas think they're better than they are and could just not play people. That's their mindset. I get it. I run Dak out there. If he gets hurt or something, he's looking for $50 million. I'm sure he doesn't want to play in preseason to get hurt. I can't lay 6.5 with the Raiders. So. You don't got to play because it's the last game on a Sunday night of preseason in August, folks. Sunday action, Saints and San Francisco. San Fran opened up as a 2.5-point favorite, total of 35.5. It's gone up to 38.5, and Saints are now favored. We had the Saints here plus the 2.5 from Monday. I like the Saints. San Fran. All right, Ayuk's probably going to stay there now. They got their little headaches are out of the way. They're not playing here. I'd be shocked if they do play even a half. They have Super Bowl ambitions. They're not worried about the Saints in August. Give me the Saints. I'm not even going to think about it. Saints in the over. Let's go. And we got the Packers in Denver. Here's another one. Denver opened 3.5. Are you kidding me? Up to a touchdown now. Total 37.5. So I moved up a little tick too. Denver to me, I told you in the beginning of the year. In the beginning of the year, I mean in August when the season started here for NFL. Stidham, Zach Wilson. Stidham got some starts here. A little bit familiar with the system. And Zach Wilson just sat here with something proof. And, of course, there's Bo Nix. So it is the Packers getting 7. I don't know about that. I think I don't want to lay 7 with Denver. I think Denver should. I had a Denver first half. If you really want to jump into this, I want to say to take Denver either way. I mean, I would like everybody to have them at 3.5 at an opener. This tells me Green Bay is like, whatever. We'll get it done next week in our next game. Do you want to lay it? You can lay it. And we got a couple comments here, and then we'll roll on out. Kel says, I come into the show thinking, well, what are we liking tomorrow? I'm coming to find it's NFL talk. Says right on the thing. Look at lines. NFL free picks. It's NFL today. People see your NFL totals are going to swear you're cheating. T1, that's what I said. I keep saying I said it on Monday on the Midday Money Show. Go to the Sean Hayes YouTube community section. I posted the plays there. I mean, I could very well go 10-0 this weekend in NFL with good lines. And then we're going to be like, and I'm not even putting a package out. I'm not selling them because the lines have all moved. Most of them have moved. I mean, what game? One game, the Atlanta total is still 35.5. Giants plus 5, 2.5. Giants over 35.5, 39. 36.5 total to 39. 35.5 to 36. Pitt minus 1.5. It's 4.5 now. Jaguars 1.5. Denver 3.5. The Saints plus 2.5. So someone might come in and buy like a weekend pass after, say, New England wins tomorrow, and it shows up a win for me. Wow, this guy's got these guys 2.5. I wonder who he has this weekend. I put it right in the write-ups. I said, listen, folks, you're going to come in and complain about the line. I'm not waiting for Lee Corso to put his little hat on. I'm not waiting for Sunday for all the sports channel guys to get on and say who they like. I tell you a week ahead of time who I like. Sometimes longer. Told you to take the Texans in week 2 against the Bears take Texans minus 3. The Bears are not going to look good in week 1. Texans will probably come in off a loss against the Colts. That 3 is going to be like 5.5. Well, I mean, that'd be good if it's 5. It's probably like 4, 4.5. But I'll tell you all the time to study ahead of time. Yes, T-Money. Tell Money Markel. Get him in line. Bo Nix looks good. Yeah, he's unbelievable, apparently. I have a feeling he can be a superstar. I don't think most of last year's draft guys will pan out and including a soft little lady, Caleb Williams. Stop Gears in the house. Good luck on your bets, Moneyline Markel. And he says, thank you to T-Money and Gio. Get the pen out. Phillies Nats over. Here we go. I'm not getting the pens out on a night game. Sam Darnold got skills. He needs the right coach. Well, he's been in the league for, 10 years now? He gets shaky when he's running around throwing passes. I can't believe I'm saying positive things about him either. I feel bad for it, and I've said this before. It's kind of like when guys get hurt, whether they're pitchers or, Clay for the Golden State Warriors, whoever. We can go back in time. I feel bad for the quarterbacks who go to a crap team. The coach is fired after 2 years. You're yo-yoed around. I talked about Howell. I mean, Howell was supposed to be the number one pick in the draft that year. He wasn't. He goes to a team. He's on the bench. He starts. He's back. I mean, the guy could be Brady. You don't know. He never got a shot. You don't know these guys. You do not know. T-Money, why is Kaepernick a coach with a new why the heck is Kaepernick a coach with a new Harbaugh on the block? He's treating the Chargers like he did Michigan, but I guess he's getting the Belichick treatment until he blows up at threes. What are you talking about? Kaepernick's a coach on the Chargers? Stop Gio coming in with the dono. Can't do preseason, but thank you for it. I appreciate you. Thank you. I understand. Listen, you don't want to do preseason. It's understandable. It is understandable. People don't really love it all the time. It's scary to do. People think of it as like, oh, I can't do preseason. And again, last week I had a couple games. This week I got a bunch of games. You can find some edges in it. Let's see. Do I have edges here? We're gonna find out how good CLV is, right? But there's no shame in not playing preseason NFL. Opening week since the 2015 Division Dogs are going 26-12 and 68%. Any dogs of 1 to 5 points are 55 and 33. I'm gonna get the pen out for that one. I gotta write that one down. I want to roll through the things. I want to roll through the games. We got what? Division Dogs. (26-12-1), 68%. Any dogs 1 to 5, 55 and 31 ATS. So let's see what I got going on in week one. Sorry about that. I should have muted it. We got dogs of 1 to 5. How many of those we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 of those, and then I guess we have a fifth because I got some 3 money lines that are minus 110, minus 120, and plus 124. So, I mean, not a lot of faves in here. Basically, all my dogs fit this criteria. But division dogs, we got division dogs in week one. Let's check out week one divisions. I don't know if I have any division dogs week one. I know the schedule, but I'm still off the top of my head for division dogs. Because I doubt we have any matchups like here we go, right off the bat. I do got division dog. Carolina. There you go. That's one winner in my pocket. Vegas and the Chargers. I guess Vegas would be a play. I don't know about that. That'd be a tough one to do. So that fits into both of these would fit into Vegas and Carolina. Would fit your mold there. I'm gonna put them in here. Vegas and Carolina. You got to do them both. You can't do any of them. Home dogs are 20 and 5 division dogs. Well, these guys are both on the roads. Both on the roads. Team Harbaugh says considering joining their coaching staff, and they were hanging out yesterday. So I'm sure he's going to join their staff. He's Kaepernick. That's weird because I thought I saw that he says he wants to come back and quarterback a team to the playoffs. And my question is, how's he coming back to? I mean, didn't he sued him? He got his money. He signed any kind of whatever he had to sign. T-Money, the dude said that the NFL was a slave plantation. So it's okay to be a slave now for the guy? I mean, am I allowed to say that because I'm a white guy? That's what he said. Now he's been trying to get back in for years. I don't understand. Somebody explain it to me. Somebody explain that you went 1-11 and nobody and the league caught up to your running and it's like the Wildcat offense. It just didn't pan out. How do you want to go back, bro? You sued. Everything was bad. I mean, do you not remember your Netflix documentary that you did? Thought it was 1845 Alabama. T-Money. You don't think the Panthers are the worst team in the NFL? Listen, I'm not a big Bryce Young guy, but is everybody gonna? You like the Saints? I think everybody's gonna bet the Saints. You get 5.5 with Carolina. I'll grab Carolina in week 1. I'm gonna take dogs in week 1. You know that, T-Money. You know where all this came from? Just to surprise you. Yeah, that's bizarre. It's also strange to me, but he's now getting job offers as a coach. Do you want that guy as your coach? I don't want that guy near my team. How do you want that guy near your team? Everything he said about the league and the coaches and the ownership, who wants to hire that guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you want that on your team? I don't know. Let's close out the banners here. Is Money Line Markel still here? Does he want a baseball rundown with 6 games? Detroit and Seattle, Money Line Markel. I like the under. Oakland and the Mets. I like Oakland. Dodgers and Milwaukee. Give me the Brewers with Tobias Myers against who's making a start. We got a Bueller sighting tomorrow, or is that a Glassnet? No, John Flannery tomorrow. Fried and Webb and Frisco. No, thank you. Boston and Baltimore over. Natties and Philly. No opinion there. I mean, listen, give me 230 with the Nats. Okay. Minnesota and Texas. I like Texas in the under there. No. Give me Minnesota Bailey over. I'll go Bailey over in the under. There you go. Harbaugh's just trying to be the smartest guy in the room, and they'll get him fired when they go 10 and whatever and losing a wild card every year. Yeah. Pound out 10 wins makes sense. All right. Midday Money tomorrow. Come back, say hello. Hit the like buttons. Was there a poll today? Yes, there was. Stop Geo. I appreciate it, Stop Geo. Thank you very much. The poll question, have you hit the like and subscribe button? Yes, I am cool. 86% of you are cool. There could be more, but that's it. The poll is now closed. I'll be back tomorrow, noon Eastern, midday money. I'll see you all.